Oh, yes. Yeah, thanks for logging into the Mr. Show, yo. Lots of stuff on this show today. Run through them real quick. Identity crisis, some prisoner grape, a P.S.A. post right here, this guy talking right here. And also, yo, tipping on those delivery drivers. Be careful how you tip or don't tip. As simple as that. Yo, how to settle for a skank. Yo, good advice coming up here regarding a man's phone. Also, a family business and tattoos and how you should represent your family. All kind of stuff going on right here on the Mr. Show. Oh. So let's go. Let's get right into it. Not long talking. Not long ting. Okay, let's go.
Can you identify as a black person?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not black.
I'm not a woman, but I can identify as a woman according to you.
If you transition, maybe.
What defines a transition?
If that's your goal, you know?
If you believe it.
Sure.
If you believe you're black, why aren't you black?
Well, that's just not, that's like genetics. That's like ancestry.
You're also born a man or a woman.
That's
the same
genetics.
thing. That's also genetics.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm over it.
She had a brain overload. Yo, can you imagine? The system is using, actually the system is eating itself up and fighting against its own self. You know how? When you as a convicted rapist can go into jail and identify as a woman so that you can go into women jails and grip them off the blood clot.
He needs some milk.
This guy needs a rope around his... It's not even funny, yo. Let's get into it. Let's go.
2-year-old state prisoner Tremaine Carroll must be referred to with she/her pronouns because Carroll identifies as a woman. But the district attorney believes the defendant is abusing the system.
This is a person who's not a woman in any sense of the word.
In March, DA Sally Moreno charged Carroll for rape allegedly committed while incarcerated at the Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla.
After his first cellmate became pregnant and was moved to Los Angeles, 2 other cellmates of his complained that he had raped. Have filed rape charges.
Try to cut them out. I'm trying to. Yo.
Moreno says
Yo, you two. I'm trying to cut out that word. Grape. It's not funny. I even said grape. I'm trying to get that word out of there, but it keeps getting in there. So, my apologies to anyone who's heard that disclaimer.
Ruling regarding pronouns impacts her ability to prosecute the case.
So this is using the system against the system. See, this trans woman says that a transfer to men's prison is unconstitutional when he was born a man.
A particular issue in this case because...
Isn't that crazy? Yo. And then he goes into the women's prison and does these things.
It's confusing to the jury. In
the system has failed itself. That's exactly what you need to see, is that the system has failed itself, yo. Real talk. Let's go.
California, rape is a crime that has to be accomplished by a man.
What's your biggest turnoff in guys?
Probably when they don't work out, go to the
really?
gym and stuff.
Remember, when post-nut clarity happens, you literally came to realize something. Until we meet again.
If you read this the same way I did, babe, you and I should definitely be friends.
Remember, guys, get out and go get your workout in. Go get your workout in.
A world where men are consuming this like weird red pill content and you really like you don't know.
Triggered by triggers. Yo. This shorty here is complaining about what's going on in real life and what every man has to experience and what every man is not happy with. And that's why this type of content, or the red pill content, even exists. Because women need to be set straight. And this woman here needs to be set straight. But let's go.
If that's how they are until they start talking, it's some words you need to listen out for. Soon as I hear the word model.
Let's go back. Is that real or fake? Is that real or fake?
A world where men are consuming this like weird red pill content and you really like you don't know if that's how they are until they start talking. It's some words you need to listen out for. Soon as I hear the word modern woman come out of a man's mouth, I'm sprinting away. I'm sprinting.
If you fuck around enough,
you're gonna find out that bitches who are fine and bitches who ain't fine, they act completely different.
Continue.
Everybody want a bad bitch till they get one.
Right?
What other words? Alpha male? Absolutely not.
Alpha male, what's the problem with a man saying that he's an alpha male and identifying himself? It's always a problem when men need to do it, right? Let's go.
If he starts talking about a high value man, absolutely not.
Yeah, you need to run, girl, because you're a low value vibrational female. Shout out to Kevin Samuels.
Then you're gonna find out that these bitches are high maintenance, they hard headed, and they act like goddamn kids.
Right.
Oh, body count? You're out of here. You're so far out of here, bro. First of all, even if he's not a red pill, if you use the word body count, you might not necessarily be into red pill content, but you're too old to be asking about that.
Hold on. So you're going to hear her contradict herself later on, because when men ask about the body count, they're trying to get an idea of a woman's pattern and her history. And that's what's important to men. Whether women like to hear that or not, that's what men look at, is your body count. So let's just hear what she has to say. Continue on, because this girl's losing her rockers. Yo, rewind it a bit, just a bit. Let's go.
Find out that these bitches are high maintenance, they hard headed, and they act like goddamn kids.
Oh, body count? You're out of here. You're so far out of here, bro. First of all, even if he's not a red pill, if you use the word body count, you might not necessarily be into red pill content, but you're too old to be asking about that. You're way too old to be asking about that. You're weird.
How to settle for a bitch.
This is another one that might not necessarily be a red pill, red flag, but it's still a red flag to me. You start talking about how, like, I like asking men about their past relationships because it gives you good insight.
Okay, you see it right here? So she doesn't want to be asked about body count, right? That's what she said, right? Oh. But yet still, you see what I'm saying? She just said that it gives her insight to who a man is. You know what I'm trying to say? So men ask about body count because it gives us insight to who a woman is. So just check it out again. Listen to what she says.
Now, you might not necessarily be into red pill content, but you're too old to be asking about that.
All right.
You're way too old to be asking about that.
Okay.
You're weird.
How to settle for a bitch.
This is another one that might not necessarily be a red pill, red flag, but it's still a red flag to me. You start talking about how, like, I like asking men about their past relationships because it gives you good insight to who they are.
See, she likes to ask about past relationships the same way how men need to ask about the goddamn body count. Oh. Calm down.
And if you start saying, like, oh, my old girl didn't listen to me, like, she just wouldn't listen or she wouldn't let me lead.
Get you a woman who know how to treat a man. These gonna be your fat bitches and your ugly bitches because they know it's gonna be consequences for their actions.
I'm not interested in you anymore. I'm sorry. Why do you feel like you need to lead a grown woman? Why does a grown woman with bodily autonomy and self-control need another grown man to tell me what to do and I have to listen? What?
The same way how Kamala did not win the election.
Oh, yeah.
Because men know that women lead with feelings while men lead with logic. I'm sorry. I said it, yo.
Like, I'm clutching my pearls right
Clutch
now.
them.
What are you talking about?
Clutch them.
Now, don't just snatch up any fat bitch you see. She gotta deserve it. If you get you a fat bitch, try to get you one that don't sit down and work all day. Just because she big, don't mean she need to get bigger.
If he refers to women as females, absolutely no. If he starts...
So what are women? You can't call them bitches, right? What are women if they're not females? Like, come on, girl.
Calling men simps? Absolutely not.
See, she's defending the simps, but you can't tell men how to speak.
I love a simp. And I was just talking about this to a guy that I'm talking to the other day. I love him. You call him a simp. I call him a king. That's my man. My man, my man. If you're not going to simp for me, if you too busy keeping it cool and acting nonchalant, you need to keep it over there because I'm not interested.
Bring her back.
At all.
Give it her back. I already have one.
Run.
You're going to learn today.
Also, make sure she can get your dick hard.
Right.
That's very important. If you get you an ugly bitch, try to make sure you get one who's an introvert. Ugly bitches who like to travel is a no-no. And also, make sure she can feed you.
And And this last one might not necessarily be a red pill, red flag, but if
Like everything she's saying is like, well, it might not be. It might not be. She's naming every characteristics of men and how men are, and then she's putting a negative hit on it. She's crazy, bro.
you talk down on single mothers, because some men will find a way to somehow work that into the conversation, or women that don't have a relationship with their dads, you're out of here, buddy.
Hold on. What do you mean? Talk down or bring it up? What is she really saying?
It could just be me, but the worse she looks, the better she cooks.
Bring it back.
Game is game.
Here's what happens when you don't tip your delivery driver.
Remember to tip.
Hello.
Ignore. You keep that.
Why?
Because I didn't see a tip on the app and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Have a good night.
She even threatened to ruin my food.
Would you eat that food?
Listen.
All right, so here's some good advice. I usually say that women give other women horrible advice. So whether this woman is single or in a relationship, hear the advice. I think it's some sound advice. Check this out.
Listen, y'all, if a man ever leaves his phone unlocked around you, this is all you need to do. This is the best thing you could do for your own self, for your own health. Lock that bitch, flip it upside down, and stay far the fuck away from it.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing that women get turned on with, yo. It's crazy, yo.
Remember, guys, get out and go get your workout in.
Carol was allowed to serve time in a women's prison despite being a biological male because of Senate Bill 132, the Transgender Respect Agency and Dignity Act, which took effect in 2021. It allows inmates to be housed with the gender they identify as. The CDCR website points out state law prohibits discrimination based on gender identity.
There's no psychological evaluation that needs to be done. This person doesn't need to be on cross-gender hormones. They don't need to be signed up for transgender surgery. They don't even need a significant psychological evaluation regarding gender confusion. The mere statement is enough.
The CDCR has since relocated Carol to Salinas Valley State Prison for men.
This is the real world, man. This the real world. You let them get a tattoo.
All right, so
Check this out.
So it looks like a family business going on here, and one of the brothers had let one of the younger siblings in the family get a tattoo, but not just any old tattoo, a tattoo on his face, bro. And then the older brother, who looks like he's the controller of the business, is livid. Yo, flop move. Let's get right into it, Mr. Shaw.
Man, this the real world. You let them get a tattoo on the get a tattoo on his goddamn face.
On his face.
This ain't a representation of my mother company, bro. This ain't a rep to do with the company. This unprofessional. Bro, we got one job, bro. That job is to pull up, get them people listen. Drop they loans. That ain't the bro. This is the real world, man. This the real world. You let them get a tattoo on his goddamn face, man. I told you we gotta be professional. Or these people ain't with us no more.
I mean, it goes beyond professional. You're his brother. You know what's up in the real world, as you say it. Yeah, you know what's up in the real world. Why would you let him at such a young age, where he has to actually be let, like almost like permission? Why would you let him get a tattoo on his face on top of it? Yo, that's just crazy. Let's go.
Oh man, it's a family company. We already got the contract. Yeah, they canceling the contract because he got a tattoo on his face. Come on, bro. He got a tattoo. Ain't no sue him. Ain't no sue, man. Contract. That's a break. See, man, that's that bullshit you talking about, man. That's that bull. That's you not trying to hold yourself accountable, man. That's why you went to prison the first time, bro.
Ooh. Low blow still. Let's go.
How about you? How about you?
Yo, people, have you remembered to like and subscribe? At least like, yo. No, at least subscribe. Come on.
Bro, they complaining about cause look, man. Hey, man, I don't make rules, man. I don't make this the real world. And you don't like it, man, give me my shit back. You don't have to work for me. You spent invested $100. I'll pay you $7,500 for that truck.
Do you? Okay. So I'm going to listen to this interviewer, and I'll tell you straight up. Man asked some questions that I don't know if they're 100% appropriate, yo. But let's go. Let's hear his questioning. Let's hear how he handles this interview.
Play with yourself.
I call him a short king. Did you hear that first question? Let's go.
I'll pay you $7,500 for that truck.
Do you play with yourself?
Do I play with myself? If I didn't have a boyfriend, then I don't know.
Go get your workout.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I do.
So if you do, since you do have a boyfriend,
Okay.
you don't need to play with yourself. How many times a week?
If not, if I'm on my period, then if I'm on my
What? Pee with yourself when you're on your what? That is absolutely madness to me. Let's hear that one more crazy time again.
Okay.
You don't need to play with yourself. How many times a week?
If not, if I'm on my period, then if I'm on my period, it's like every other day because it's, you're on your period. But if I'm not on my period every single day, multiple times a day.
Hell yeah. And are you on the pill?
On the birth control?
Yeah.
I am. And I have PCOS, so I don't know if I can get pregnant or not. It's kind of like a 70-30%.
So he's not scared to get you pregnant?
No, not at all. I have his card in here.
Why you have his card?
Because we share a bank account.
How did that drop in? How did that drop in? Where did that come from? Why did she have to say that? That's crazy, yo. Let's go.
Well, I share his banking account.
And how long y'all been dating?
We've been dating I've known him for probably like 6 months now, but we've been dating for probably 2.5 weeks.
Hell no.
And you already share bank accounts?
I share his banking account.
That's crazy.
Oh, you have his?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He got it like that?
Yeah.
So you're college and he's working?
No, I don't do college. We travel, like in the camper.
Okay. That kind of explains it a little bit. So she has his card. They live together in the camper and he travels. Almost like he got the better side of that deal then. Let's go.
Black women will say, oh, you guys like this. Like, no, bitch, we don't like you.
All right. So he's breaking it down. This guy is one of the top podcasters right now. I forgot his name, but he's really good. And he's letting these black women know, straight up, we don't like all the BBLs, and we don't like all the extras that y'all do. We really just don't like it. It's just as simple as that. And once women can grasp that and understand that and stop wearing so much makeup and don't worry about spending all your money on weave and stuff like that. I understand the cosmetics industry and how much women do hair and stuff. That's fine, but we don't have to go overboard like we're going nowadays, bro. Calm old school. Me not care. Run it.
Oh, you guys like this. Like, no, bitch, we don't like your eyelashes.
Nope.
We don't like your BBL.
Nope.
We don't like your fake hair.
Nope.
We don't like any of that fake stuff.
Nope.
We like a natural black woman's hair. We like a natural black woman's skin. We like a natural black woman's lips. All those other things you do, we don't like it at all. It's disgusting. And any male that likes fake body parts is really a Marquette. What? You wildin'? No, I'm not wildin'. Where do you find fake body parts?
In the morgue.
The fake body parts. You're gay. That guy you're dating, gay. A real man, we don't like that. You're a small or big. You heard me? As soon as it get bent over, it's game time, baby. We don't need nothing else. So, if you's a real woman and you want a real man, be a real woman.
I made the decision to pull my son off the football team. So
this is King Von, the rapper King Von, the serial terrorist, bad boy, rapper, hip hop. So this woman here is trying to do the job of the father by handling the way how the kids' coaching should go for football. So she said that something happened with the coach. She didn't like how the coach handled it. She pulled the kid out of football. But listen to what happened and tell me, would it have been different if Pops was handling it, but we know what happened with King Von. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Von is still in his stage where sometimes he cries, so I get that. I guess the coach was giving them water, and the coach made a mistake and squirted water in his eye. I'm not really sure. I just know water was squirted in Davon's eye. And of course, just like a 5-year-old.
Cute kid, of course. Definitely.
He began to cry. And as the coach was walking him off the field, he goes, "Stop all that crying if I put you over there with the cheerleaders." And me, I'm instantly in the...
I don't agree with the swearing part. But what do you feel, people? Leave it in the comment section. Do you feel that the coach was too rough? The kid was crying. He's only 5 years old, mind you. He was crying. And the coach said, you know, like, what's up with you? What's wrong with you? You want me to put you over there with the cheerleaders? So this is how the mom responds to that.
Defense mode, you know, like you're a mom, like you gonna instantly like bug up. And I was like, no, what did you say to him? He immediately repeated what he said, and he was like, it ain't no crying in football. And I asked him, I said, do you think that was appropriate for you to say to a 5-year-old child? You're not gonna mentally abuse my son. You're not gonna confuse him and make him think in his mind because I'm a little sensitive or because I cry, maybe I should be a girl.
Yeah.
So emotional at the time because of course, like my child father is not here. This is Von's job. You know what I'm saying? His father would say, no way that man would have said that to him.
I'm glad she said at least that. I'm glad she said that.
Recent
Again, R.I.P. King Von. Crab underwater. What's this? Crab under the water? Let's go.
viral underwater footage has caught the attention of netizens. When a diver managed to catch a female crab with his tongs, something unexpected happened. A male crab was pulling the female crab's leg. Then he rushed out to stop the diver. For a moment, his actions were like a human begging to let go of his partner. The male crab's bravery moved the diver. Without hesitation, the diver released the female crab and signaled the two crabs to go back into hiding. As a form of attention, the diver even gave a dead fish as food for the crab couple. This heartwarming tale of true love between the two crabs has inspired many people, teaching about the meaning of loyalty and sacrifice.
Once again, the male crab, he could have got away. He could have ran back in the hole. But the male crab came out and sacrificed his life to make sure that his woman was good, yo. And I'm glad that the fisher put them back. Let's go.
Y'all, so when I was with my ex, I would make a fake Snapchat and then I would text him from my fake Snapchat. And since I knew his password, when he was asleep, I would go into his phone and reply from his Snapchat to my fake Snapchat. And then I would just wake him up out of his sleep and just cause chaos. Like, why you texting other bitches? I just went through your phone. I seen everything. I don't know why, y'all. It was just fun. Like, but I'm a changed woman now.
That's a flash. That's a flashlight.
What they giving Grandpa?
I don't know.
Yo, at least Grandpa has a sense of humor. Do you know what that is? Do we know what that is? That's crazy. Let's go. At least Grandpa has a sense of humor. That is absolutely crazy.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I absolutely, I knew what it was. I never seen. Listen, I'll tell you what.
Once again, thanks for logging into the Mr. Show. Like and subscribe. And remember to share, y'all.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He's good, yo. Respect.